We're excited to have you here today, and I'd like to start off by introducing my co-presenter, Brian Frid.
Thanks, Harley. Hi, everybody. My name is Brian Frid. I'm the Director of Marketing at JMP Solutions, and I've been here for about 2.5 years. Before joining JMP, I've got about 10 years of experience in various sales and marketing roles with a couple of process instrumentation and automation manufacturers, through which I spent a lot of time in hygienic environments, food and beverage, pharma particularly, and really enjoying the exposure of robotics through JMP, which is a new area for me when I started here. So excited to be on the presentation.
Great, thanks, Brian. I'm Harley Green, Director of Business Development here at Soft Robotics, and I've been in the robotic automation industry for over 17 years, really helping customers solve some of their most challenging automation problems in various industries, similar to Brian, but med device, pharma, food and beverage, plastics, and metals. So I'd like to start off by giving you a quick overview of who both JMP Solutions and Soft Robotics are, for those of you who aren't familiar with us. JMP is a great robotic automation solution provider who offers unique, safe, and effective solutions for the food industry and beyond. They're one of our preferred system integrators of soft robotics technology and a valued partner who isn't afraid to go after the problems that others run away from. Here at Soft Robotics, we're focused on delivering food-safe solutions for handling variable, irregular, and delicate products with our patented soft gripping technology paired with our 3D perception and AI to enable solution providers like JMP to go after and tackle some of the most difficult applications in the food industry. So we like to move at lightning speed here at Soft Robotics, really to meet customer needs and demands. And it's been great to find a partner in JMP who really has the same drive and determination to solve customer problems as we do. Again, I'm happy to have Brian with us here today. Our companies have been working together over the past several years. And as I mentioned, JMP is one of our preferred system integrators of soft robotic technology. And we're really happy to have you here as part of the family.
Thanks. Yeah, so as Harley alluded to, our partnership with Soft Robotics has been progressing over these last few years, and we've obviously really been learning about where their product, what the product can do, where it can add value for our customers, and for a couple of reasons, the timing really couldn't have been better. We've been seeing a really significant acceleration in adoption of and then requests for primary food handling systems. So in the past, the adoption of the hygienic contact systems or the primary was relatively low in comparison to secondary and tertiary handling applications like case packing and palletizing, where we saw the bulk of the demand previously. Then the other obvious one was COVID. Really highlighted the benefit and potential need to migrate to this sort of automation in these primary applications. And we'll touch on that a little bit in the coming slides a little bit further. So at JMP primary handling now, like we said, as this adoption has been ramping up, we've identified this as a focused application set for us. And the flexibility of the mGrip tooling has really allowed us to create and integrate some really amazing systems that may not have even been possible in the past with something that would be less articulate, less delicate, or a less intelligent platform overall. So with Soft, we currently have 3 projects on the go in the process of being built at our A&R facility, from raw protein, specifically this one handling steak, to a downstream sandwich kitting and packaging system. And that's what you can see on the image on the right here. So yeah, we're really happy that we've developed the synergy with Soft Robotics. We see a lot of opportunity moving forward as these adoption trends that we're currently seeing continue along this trajectory.
Great, thanks, Brian. All right, now, Brian, I'd like to talk about some of the things that we're seeing in the food and beverage industry. One thing that we've noticed is a severe labor shortage. Now, we know this isn't anything new or just applicable to North America. I've personally seen whole lines sitting idle in a manufacturing facility because there just isn't enough operators to run the equipment, which also translates to what I'm seeing or not seeing on the shelves in grocery stores. Brian, what are you seeing?
Yeah, basically just to mimic that, we're definitely hearing from maybe not all of our customers, but a lot of our customers, particularly in the food manufacturing industry, and seeing firsthand, like you said, the labor shortages. It's the #1 challenge for virtually every organization right now. And particularly in the verticals that we're kind of talking about here, they might present somewhat undesirable or challenging work conditions or environment, and just some maybe not so ideal ergonomics associated with these highly repetitive manual tasks that go along with the manufacturing applications. So kind of to extend from there comes the problem of turnover. And then what this creates is a skill gap, just a lack of experience and relevant knowledge associated with these processes and the equipment, and stemming from a high concentration of a very green or a set of inexperienced workers. So what this really leads to is not only concern for things like waste or subpar throughput, but what we see as more importantly here is the risk of any sort of exposure or cross contamination in the facility. And then a big concern is the maintenance of the equipment. So we've seen, this increase in adoption of the automation, but one of the top priorities for the manufacturers when looking to make this sort of investment is that the equipment is a low maintenance design, and easy to service and provide a high level of reliability. And again, this is just due to the skill gap that we're seeing, and the lack of availability of the internal resources who have the knowledge and are able to service this sort of equipment.
Yeah, and one thing you mentioned, food safety is obviously a number one concern for food manufacturers. I don't know if you pay attention to this. I'm kind of a geek and do, but the number of food recalls that happen every year in North America, really helps drive some of your points home. Manufacturers are looking for these food safe robotic automation solutions to help with the challenges that they're facing.
Absolutely. All right, so just want to speak based on the experience, and like I said, based on the systems that we have in-house, is the benefits that we've seen of mGrip and the AI platform. So as I already kind of mentioned and alluded to, the platform has really allowed us to get even more creative with our food handling system design and to approach some very hard to automate challenges that we may not have been able to address in the past with more conventional AOTs and ones that are not truly hygienic. So with the mGrip, the level of almost a lifelike articulation, it's amazing to watch it work. I've done some video and photos on these. We've got systems in-house, and the ability of it to delicately grip, and then combined with the intelligence of the vision system that Harley will explain in a little bit more detail next, it just really opens the door to create some automated solutions that are traditionally geared to need more human interaction than your standard packaging, I guess. So this would be product with irregular shape, high variability, really inconsistent arrangement on the conveyors, and then also ones with kind of an envelope that are delicate or easily damaged food items, which traditionally are not very friendly for your traditional end-of-arm tools in an automation scenario. So, and again, the need for this higher level of what could almost be considered the need for a human touch in these processes, but needing to employ automation has really been emphasized by COVID. Not only because of the labor shortages that we've already mentioned, but things like distancing requirements. So line spacing to make sure that everybody is physically apart to try and mitigate any sort of spread. This can severely decrease throughput by not being staffed enough to handle the line and a lot of misses going down. Food safety, again, just Harley's already touched on that, but anytime you're dealing with any sort of a pathogen or whatnot, it just gets emphasized that much more. And then simply one of the largest ones we're seeing is just peace of mind and the what if this happens again. So if there's an outbreak in the facility or if there's just another pandemic, God forbid, or anything along those lines, the value of automation as a stable and solid source of production and throughput has really been emphasized with what we've seen from COVID. Yeah, and here I just wanted to give a couple of images of the systems that we got working on in our, like I said, in our facility. Not a lot more detail to go in here, but as I talked about the product variability and the intelligence of the vision system, you can obviously see that steak cuts are not really necessarily a rigid, square, very consistent product, and the mGrip has made it from the placement to the picking to the hygienic nature of the design. Like I said, it's made us really, really flexible with what we've been able to work through and create for our customers, and it's been great. And yeah, we see a lot of opportunity moving forward.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian, for telling us about some of the projects that JMP is working on and how you guys are addressing customer needs.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's talk about what mGripAI is and what benefits it offers for manufacturers and processors like a lot of you here with us today. So, one thing that we noticed here at Soft Robotics is that humans are actually really good at being flexible in manufacturing environments and adapting to variability and other requirements. As an example, when an operator is doing one of these packaging applications, They use their eyes. They see an object. They see where they need to put that object. Then they use their brain to inherently plan a path from picking and placing and execute this very quickly without much thought. This is something that has really been missing from robotics, especially in the food industry. We've designed our mGripAI solution from the ground up to give robots human-like performance without all the human imperfections, right? They don't call in sick for work. They don't contract COVID. mGripAI uses its perception module to see a product just like a person would. Then it uses its intelligence module to plan a strategy for executing that picking and placing of an object to its packaging, while utilizing the human hand-like dexterity found in our soft gripping technology. As I mentioned, mGripAI is this all-inclusive robotic gripping, 3D vision, and AI solution that enables high-speed bulk picking specifically designed for the food industry. It's built off of our modular soft gripping product, mGrip. mGrip is a food-grade gripping solution for handling products delicately and effectively at high speed. Our perception module gives the robot eyes and offers high-speed object singulation even when product is presented to it in a pile. Our intelligence module is the brains of the solution and does the grasp planning and execution along with AI processing. These three components combined offer an intelligent picking solution capable of handling some of the most challenging applications found in the food industry. So, we've talked about this, but really the first point I really want to dive into here is food safety. We take food safety very seriously here at Soft Robotics. We design all of our food contact area components to 3A standards using design elements such as radial edges and upward-facing screws to eliminate harborage points for bacteria. Our products are designed with food-grade materials such as Delrin, silicone, and stainless steel to allow for full washdown in even the harshest environments. Because our products are IP69K rated, allowing for clean in place with high-pressure washdown, this means that you're going to spend less time doing maintenance because you won't have any particulate getting into any of the components that needs to be cleaned out separately. We manufacture here under GMP and comply with both the FDA CFR 21 regulation as well as EC 1935 standards for direct food contact. All right, historically, with robotic automation systems, product needs to be singulated before entering a robot's work area for both visual identification as well as effective picking. A camera is usually mounted upstream or ahead of the robot's work area. What happens if you don't have room in your facility for singulation equipment? You might now find yourself with a pile of product entering the robot work area, and you're actually now entering the realm of what we call bulk picking. Bulk picking is really off the table and not even possible with traditional technology because as you start to pick product, neighboring product moves around, and when you uncover a new product underneath the previously picked items, you have no way of knowing it. mGripAI evaluates the robot work area, so as you pick down piles of product or touching product and things move around, we can adjust in real time and understand the new location of the item, allowing for bulk picking in real time, really for the first time ever. When you're bulk picking items, it's also very important to know and place the fingers of your gripper in the optimal orientation to make sure that you're not damaging or marking any neighboring product. When the robot understands everything about the product and its picking environment, you get high efficiency picking without damaging. In this example that you see here on your screen, we're able to identify each one of these pickable bread buns individually, determine where to best place the gripper fingers for minimal pile disturbance and neighboring product interference. We can also take it a step further, and we can actually do in-bin sortation of these buns to determine if they're top side up or down. This allows for less reliance on human operators and additional automation equipment. So just to drive home some of these key differentiators of mGripAI. So having an IP69K rated food grade gripper and perception is critical in any food environment. Then we're bringing the hands, the eyes, and the brain all together in an integrated solution to reduce system integration time, resulting in faster and easier builds. We're also bringing a new concept to robotic automation that, again, we're calling real-time picking. And this allows for bulk picking from a conveyor at high speed. We can pick from bulk to singulate for other processes, or we can pick and go directly to packaging. This is important as it reduces the need for complex and sometimes difficult to maintain singulation equipment. You no longer need vibratory conveyors, which can free up both floor space as well as potentially reduce damage of your products. All of this means higher quality product out the door, all while getting a faster ROI on your system. All right, now let's talk about some of the use cases where mGripAI may be a good fit for your manufacturing facility. mGripAI has an array of different use cases for various types of applications. Because of our compliant gripping, real-time imaging, and intelligent product identification, products that are touching, overlapping, or shingled, or on top of one another are really a great fit. Or what happens if you have product piled on a conveyor? Again, our real-time picking capability means that we can successfully pick down a pile of moving product and go right to packaging. We're also able to effectively and safely pick food items from bins or totes. So we have a number of different applications that we can solve for. So I've been into a number of different poultry processing facilities, and what you typically see is a whole bunch of chicken pieces moving through a facility on conveyors in bulk, typically piling up that then need to be tray packed at the end of a line. In general, you'll see operators standing shoulder to shoulder when they're available. Really, they're trying to keep up with the product flowing to them. But as Brian mentioned, with COVID, we're just seeing less operators available, and product just continues to pile up until either the line needs to be stopped or it's you start losing product. Chicken processors want to automate, but they really haven't found a great solution for doing tray packing. Chicken flats and drumettes have a lot of product variability. They're slippery and slimy, and they typically show up at the tray packing station in bulk. mGripAI gives robots the ability to effectively, individually pick flats and drumettes from bulk on a moving conveyor and place them directly to foam trays. Since mGripAI is an IP69K rated food grade solution, you can keep your current cleaning process in place for equipment washdown without worrying about bacteria harborage. With a robotic solution, you can get more consistent output every single day. So for those of you who have never had a taquito, then you don't really know what you're missing out on, but they're these tortillas rolled up with either cheese, chicken, or beef in the middle, and then they're fried. The demand for taquitos, or sometimes called flatitas, has really gone through the roof over the past couple of years, and we've had the luxury of being involved in a number of taquito automation projects as a result. This is an application where it's been difficult for these manufacturers to retain enough labor to keep up with the demand, even without the significant labor crunch we're seeing as a result of COVID. Taquitos need to be packaged at high speed and also without damaging the product. mGripAI offers delicate handling of taquitos at high rates directly from bulk. You can go directly from the freezer to the packaging without the need for complex singulation equipment. All right, hot dogs are similar to taquitos in both shape and size, but have a very different structure to them. They need to be picked and packed at high speeds, and with labor at a premium, manufacturers can realize an enormous benefit from robotic automation here. mGripAI's real-time picking allows for high-speed picking of touching or overlapping hot dogs where product will move around. We just know it's going to. You're going to bump neighboring product. This is another example of where we can either load up a flighted conveyor or go directly to packaging with a food-grade solution. This is also a great solution for sausages and kielbasa as well. Again, a number of other similar or analogous applications that we've worked on. Again, I want to thank you for joining us today. And if you think you could benefit from what mGripAI has to offer, from either real-time picking or picking products from bulk in a bin or on a conveyor, please reach out and we'll be happy to discuss any applications that you might have.